Hi guys, it's Megan and Umaria here. So for today's video, I'm going to summarize a video that I just watched from a TED Talk, which is it was very interesting because it was involved the sectors that I love to watch whenever I watch in the K-drama, which is about forensic. Okay, from the first, I was like, what the topic I'm going to talk about forensic? Well, here I'm going to talk about how did detective solve the crime case by using a fingerprint. Okay, that was once upon a time, the Paris detective was arrived at the grisly scenes where Joseph Ribble has been murdered at his workplace. So, with no eyewitness, the officers had little to work from until they discovered a shard of broken glass with several bloody fingerprints. So, for over a month, the expert has been discovered that fingerprint. They work on it to find a match that is matched with the fingerprint among the what we call it among the among the witness, most among the, I don't know what the meanings is, but among the murderer, and they actually found ones that matched the fingerprint, which is, I find it is very interesting because how could they discover who's the murderer of this crime case by just looking at the fingerprints, which is all of us have the fingerprints. So fingerprints has been remained one of the more common types of evidence in criminal courts. So as humans are born with a pattern that is ridges and recesses for us, not only on fingers but also on our hands and also our feet. So these patterns to help us to make our grip more firm, which is help us to grip some things. So there's cases where a fingerprint is not very visible to the naked eye, so this is what we call it as a latent prints. So most of the forensic experts, they are using some kind of a fine dust to discover the fingerprint because has been composed by water, oil, and also some protein. So I just learned that if the fine dust doesn't work, they use some kind of chemical called 9-hydrins, which is it helps to find out the protein that has been used in the fingerprint. I don't know how does that make sense, but that is just how this works, which is, I find it very interesting, guys. It's very interesting. And then as humans have a lot of different pattern, we have a lot of unique fingerprints, which is make the expert has to been searching a lot, like 1,000 fingerprints to discover who's the murderer. So even as we know that identical twins must be equally seen, right? But though some of their features are basically different from this, like even their fingerprints also different for the identical twins. So it was really helpful, I think, because whenever they discover a crime that has happened at that place, they're going to find the fingerprint first. So that fingerprint is the most common evidence in this crime courts. So yeah, that's just how they identify the fingerprint at the crime scenes, by using fine dyes or some kind of sort of chemicals. And also there's the experiment they tried, which is using metal, I think. So I think that's it for me. Bye bye.